Goku, everybody's favorite fight-loving Super Saiyan. Sometimes he's taking on the strongest foes saving the earth, and other times he's fusing with Hercule. So today we're going to look at Goku in every Dragon Ball game and rank him from overrated to elite. In Ultimate Battle 22, Goku appears 3 different times from 3 different sagas. None of the sprites look particularly good, and all the key attacks look the same for every character, making it hard for any of them to stand out. The only thing I did find fun with Goku here was that Super Saiyan 3 Goku has an absolutely broken teleportation move that ends in a Kamehameha wave. It's ridiculous, but I have to put this in overrated. Final Bout has to be one of the most interesting periods, given that it went a completely different direction with the focus being on GT. And given how GT itself wasn't the best, this game was starting on a bad note. Now Goku pretty much suffers from the same issues he did in Ultimate Battle 22. He does look a bit better even with this janky 3D style, but no variation of him is fun to play. Not even Super Saiyan 4. How do you mess up Super Saiyan 4? Overrated. Goku moves into the next generation of gaming and looks absolutely amazing doing it. Budokai really nailed Goku, and this is still one of my favorite models of him to this day. Now this game only went up to the Cell Saga, so we don't get full representation, but we still get an accurate feel of what Goku is all about due to how they implemented the power increases on transformations. Each transformation gets a 10% boost in power, and Goku has the most transformations, making him the strongest in the game, which that's pretty accurate. It's Z Fighter tier for sure. Budokai 2 was more of the same, but changed over to a cel-shaded art style, and he gained access to Super Saiyan 3 because Budokai 2 goes all the way through the Buu saga. In addition to that, he gets access to his Potara fusion, Vegito, and he gets a new one, Goku, which for me, this made it my personal favorite version of Goku. Now he has a plethora of super moves and some great transformations, easily putting him in elite tier for me. Now Budokai 3 took all of that from Budokai 2 and turned it up to 11. We finally got Super Saiyan 4 in the Budokai games here, which gave us access to one of my favorite moves of all time, the 10 times Kamehameha, and we got Gogeta. Now we lost Goku, but I do think that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does more than make up for that. Do I even have to say how elite this is? Sagas, overrated. What Super Dragon Ball Z lacks in diversity of Gokus, it makes up for in the execution of the one Goku that's present here. First off, this model, absolutely amazing, and the manga aesthetic is what really sets it off. The moveset isn't super crazy, opting to make him like the Ryu of this game, but where this game wowed me was his ultimate. It looks absolutely just stunning. And like, I feel like I can't rate it too high because it doesn't reach the heights of Budokai, like 3 or 2, but it's definitely Z Fighter tier for me. Now Goku in Tenkaichi 1 doesn't really do it for me, especially after playing the initial Budokai games. Yes, we do get everything from base form to Super Saiyan 4, but this game doesn't feature in-game transformations, taking away a huge part in the Dragon Ball experience. I think the models look amazing, the movesets were on point, but no transformations, mid-tier. Tenkaichi 2 took everything up a notch by giving us in-game transformations, including in-game fusions, and refined each version of Goku, making him feel like such a badass, and it really set the standard for how Goku should be represented in a video game. Elite. Tenkaichi 3 simply just continued to build on what they had from 2 and tune the mechanics to make it more of a Dragon Ball simulator, making this version of Goku one of the best anime adapted characters of all time. This is peak Goku in video game form. Elite. Burst Limit, while having one of the best looking Gokus of all time, took a huge step back because of some weird choices by the developers. The first being that this game only covers up to the Cell Saga, meaning we don't get any of the transformations or anything from the Bout Saga and beyond. The game also had a very limited move set. While the Budokai games gave us the capsule system to be able to have a few supers that we liked, we were stuck with 2 specials and the choice of an ultimate here, and that was it. It had potential, but it lands itself in bad father tier due to it not being good enough and being an unfinished game. The Gokus in Infinite World were everything that they were in Budokai 3, except they separated Goku and his GT counterpart, which was an opportunity for them to flesh that version out a little more. But it's easily still elite. With the release of Rage and Blast, Goku found himself on the PS3 and Xbox 360 looking fantastic. This has to be one of my favorite models of Goku. It's something about his proportions that I feel like they got right in this game. And while there aren't as many Gokus as the Tenkaichi series, this Goku is fleshed out, but it still feels like some things were missing, like the GT variations or something was missing for me. He is pretty cool to play with, but it's not enough for me personally, so I have to put it in mid tier. Rage and Blast 2 Goku is more of the same, and this might ruffle some feathers, but it looks worse to me. I can't put it in the same tier as the first one, bad father tier. Ultimate Tenkaichi Goku does not look good to me at all, and the mechanics make him not fun to play with since you don't really play the game. I have no choice but to put this in overrated. Battle of Z has a good amount of Gokus to choose from, and they all look pretty good, especially Sage Mode Goku, which was exclusive to this game. Now, I don't think he's necessarily fun to play with because the style of game just doesn't mesh with me. I could see somebody being really into it, but in here, Goku's just mid. Xenoverse 1 and 2, I'm doing together because they're the same for me. They're cool overall because they give Goku different costumes, skills, and stats that represent each different saga, and they're pretty fun to play with. But these are objectively the ugliest models ever, and that's including Final Bout. Goku just looks like a bad action figure, and that's something I can't get past. Mid tier for both of these. All of the Gokus and FighterZ are arguably the best version of him. This game can definitely go toe to toe with Budokai 3, Tenkaichi 3, and another game for sure. I can't speak highly enough of the devs for how they made each variation of Goku basically flawless. From model to moveset, everything was done perfectly, and he was always a ton of fun to play and watch, especially UI Goku. Easy elite tier. The game is called Kakarot. Obviously, Goku's going to be done really well here. I like everything about him, except him putting his tail back on the fish. That's just a crazy visual, but he's still elite. Now, Breakers takes a different approach by letting you use the spirited characters so you get to use their moves against the Raiders, unless you make a wish with the Dragon Balls and get to use the Ultimate Dragon Change and actually turn into the character. And that lets you use their moves and use the model of the character. Now, I think given the context of how this game works and how they implemented them, it's not overrated, but it's still not good. Bad father tier. Sparking Zero brings us back all the Gokus from Tenkaichi 3 and adds some more from recent anime like Super and Daima. They all retain the moves that we remember, and for the most part, everything looks a million times better. This game even managed to make early Goku some fun for me, so of course it's going to Elite. So there it is. Subscribe for more.